Dreamscape presents The Truth of Yoga, a comprehensive guide to yoga's history, texts, philosophy and practices by Daniel Simpson, narrated by Tim Bruce. Introduction. Seeking Truth. When I first started practicing yoga, I knew very little about where it came from, or its objectives. Neither seemed all that important. It was enough that it made me feel calmer, more content, and less depressed. Going to classes got me absorbed in complex shapes, distracting me from my unease with strange instructions. I felt newly connected to previously alien parts of my body, from the big toe mound to the armpit chest. I enjoyed getting bendier and breathing more freely. But after a while, I wanted more. Some of my teachers liked quoting from texts, such as the Bhagavad Gita and Yoga Sutra. Yet as far as I could tell, these had little in common with what we were doing. They barely mentioned postures, and they talked about concepts I struggled to grasp. Having fondly imagined that yogis in caves had performed the same practice for thousands of years, I was confused, and the more I read, the less I felt I understood. There were many different versions of yoga, and some of their philosophies seemed contradictory. I had already encountered this with practice. Each method I tried had a rival idea about why it was right. However, most teachers said the aim remained the same, which was vaguely defined as union, liberation, or awakening. Most ancient texts said these goals were attained by renouncing the world. That sounded neither appealing nor like what one did on a plastic mat. Over time, a few things became clearer. Popular books often blur the distinctions between different systems, but there has never been any such thing as one true yoga. The practice and the theories behind it have evolved, becoming combined in a variety of ways. None of these is truer than others. Each makes sense in context, but there is no obligation to pick one text or one form of yoga and uncritically follow whatever it says. We are free to ignore what might not seem relevant, but that makes it important to know what traditional teachings say and to distinguish this from how we interpret them. Ultimately, yoga is a system of practice, not belief. No leap of faith is required at the outset, beyond trusting that it might be worth trying. Anyone who does so can test for themselves if it actually works. What this means will depend on priorities.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?